Well, I think I discovered the issue that nobody's talking about, but it's the elephant in the room. The housing shortage. Well, I jumped out on ChatGPT and let's see what it says. It says the real reason for the housing shortage comes down to one core issue. We haven't built enough homes for more than a decade. Everything else is a layer on top of that. The main drivers. Number one, underbuilding since the 2008 crash. Number two, population growth outpacing housing supplies. Millennials, Gen Z, relocations, immigrants. There's not enough homes for everybody. Number three, zoning and land use restrictions. Number four, high construction costs. Number five, investors and institutions. They didn't create the shortage, but they make tight inventory. They make tight inventory feel even tighter by snapping up starter homes. Good point. 6, rate lock-in. Homeowners with 2 and 3% mortgages aren't selling, keeping existing inventory frozen. Now that's the reasons for like this year. Bottom line, it says demand kept rising, supply never caught up, and now even small pressure points make the market feel extreme. So housing affordability, I just went over this, gave you 6 key points, but there's one I think that is a big issue. I think it's bigger than the rest of them. Is we are not allowed to build on the available land for population. It says number 3, zoning and land use restrictions. Large sections of cities only allow single family homes. Currently, it says slowing down density and limiting new supply. I should have my glasses on. Actually, I can't see this. Large sections of cities only allowing single family homes, slowing down density and limiting new supply. So zoning, permitting, land use restrictions. So think about this. If we have a tract of land, a plat of land, let's say it's 1 acre, and we divide that up into 0.20 lot. All right, that gives us 5 lots for that acre. 0.20 acre for a single family home, you're probably going to get, if it's a 2-story, 2,000 plus square feet. And you have plenty of yard to play and all that. Now let's go back to when the communities were created, and that was the post WW2 war. Whenever servicemen came back, they wanted communities. So developers bought large swaths of land, farmland, or whatever you want to call it, and they developed it. They could sell it off, tracts of land, to builders, and they would build all these different homes. Now that took up a lot. And then the government was telling us the American dream was home ownership. They painted a house, a mother and father, children, 2 or 3 of them, a dog, white picket fence. They sold all this to people. And this has been the propaganda, the brainwashing that's still going on currently right now. Because if everybody says, well, when I want to grow up, I want to get me a nice big single family home. Why? With a big yard. Why? Let's think about this. Other countries, instead of single family homes, they are doing multifamily. They're doing condos, apartments, and they're stacking. Okay, so now let's take that same plot of land, 1 acre, it's a rectangle, and we're going to do, we had 5 lots prior, single family homes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do, let's break it down into, I think it was, so we got 1,000 square feet, we've got 10,000 square feet homes. Not big, but you could still raise a family in it. When I was growing up, I lived in a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, single family home. It was around 1,000 square feet. 1 car garage. We lived in it. We grew up in it. We survived small kitchens, small place to eat, but we survived. This idea of having these grand big homes is what is creating, I believe personally, the housing shortage. When I was stationed, or not stationed, but when I was selling real estate down in Florida, condos, townhomes in smaller communities. Now, if you went to the single family, they were spread out everywhere. But if you took condos, you can condense the amount of space that's needed to build on top of each other. So let's go back to, let's say we've got 1,000 square feet, and you can make them even bigger if you want, but 1,000 square feet, let's give us 10. Now let's stack 10 up. So now we've got 10 times 10 is 100. 100 families can live on an acre now. Now, granted, you're going to have some hallway space. It's going to make the apartments or the condos a little bit smaller. You're going to have driveways. You're going to have a parking area and all that. That's going to take a little bit larger areas. I get that. But my question out to the developers, the zoning people that are creating this issue is why? Why? Why aren't you allowing larger projects for condos to be built vertically instead of horizontally? Everybody's talking about we're running out of land. Let's build up. Let's build up. If you want to build down to, your parking garage is underneath. But instead of going wide, let's go up. So let's think about that. I think the zoning, the permitting, the land use restrictions that cities are doing to slow down density and limiting new supply, I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem that a lot of the people that are in control of the zoning in these small towns and cities and counties and whatever it might be, they are just doing what they've been taught to do and what the previous generation has done. The previous ones have been in office, they've done it that way. I trained underneath them, and it must be a good idea. We're going to keep on going and doing that until somebody says something. I think that's a key issue right there. What do you think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of those 6 different ones. It says underbuilding since 2008, population growth outpacing housing supply. Number 3, zoning and land use restrictions. Number 4, high construction costs. Number 5, investors and institutions. That's a key right there. And the rate lock-in. So 3, 5, and 6, I believe that's an issue right there. What do you think? Leave me a comment. I appreciate your feedback.